Hi, Ukulele Mike here with I Left My Heart in San Francisco, that wonderful Tony Bennett classic song. This is in my brand new Chord Melody eBook 5, and I'm utilizing this tutorial to act as a vehicle to kind of develop a little primer on how to interpret tablature, also how to interpret chord melody style playing, and how to read it and how to perform it. Also how to practice it, a practice methodology. So to start with, chord melody format is, I think, one of the easiest ways to get into a solo instrumental playing. Now, music is made up of many elements. Two most important ones are melody, and the other one is harmony. And the harmony comes with the chords. Harmony means other notes added together that complete the chord. It fills out the sound. So you have the melody's writing on top, and the harmony notes, or the chords, are writing on the bottom. So in using chord melody format, all we have to worry about is basically where the left hand sits on the fingerboard to create those chords. Like that very first chord is an F chord. Index finger's on the first fret of the second string. Middle finger's on the second fret of the fourth. Classic F chord. Now, when I play that F chord, just like that with my thumb, and by the way, chord melody playing is just done with the right thumb. You don't have to be concerned about what fingers to use on and what strings to put the fingers on. When you just simply play that F chord, it just so happens that the beginning melody note of I Left My Heart is the first string open. I left my heart, a little high for me. I left my heart. Oh, by the way, that brings up a point. People have asked me why I don't include the lyrics. I do occasionally, just to be able to, you can identify where you are in the song. But these arrangements are meant to be solo playing. They're just solo instrumentals. They're not to accompany song. And this is where solo instrumental playing really departs and differs from normal chord and strum style playing, where you just go, I left my heart, which is all fine, but the melody resides in your voice, and if you don't have a great voice, and right now mine's not in good shape, that could be a problem. So chord melody playing allows the ukulele to be the voice. It sings the melody. So also when I arrange these songs for chord melody style, to arrange them in a way that is most effective for the left hand to play, sometimes the keys aren't effective keys for the voice. They're not always the best choice of vocal keys. So that's why I don't include the lyrics in most of my songs in the chord melody or instrumental finger picking books. Okay, so back to the F chord. So as you look at the tablature, on the top line I always have the standard notation in treble clef, and on the bottom line I have the ukulele tablature, which consists of 4 horizontal lines. Now those 4 horizontal lines represent the strings of the ukulele, the 4 strings. Now the topmost line is the first string, which is this one right here. That's the first string, and it's the nearest one to your knee or to the floor. Okay. Then the next line down is the second string. Then the next line down is the third string, and then the bottommost line, way down at the bottom, is the 4th string. Now my uke is tuned the 4th string to a high G, high above middle C, which is the standard Hawaiian way of tuning the ukulele. Now some will prefer a low G, and all of my arrangements can be played on either high G string tuning or low G. Doesn't matter. The low G just can give you a little bit of a mellower sound, more bass element in it, but I always avoid the melody hitting the 4th string. If the melody doesn't go down to the 4th string, then whether you're playing a high G tuning or a low G tuning is irrelevant. Doesn't matter. You can do either way. So it starts off with an F chord, and when you see those little numbers on the lines, those indicate where your fingers go. So you'll notice that there's a 1 on the second string, first fret. That's the index finger. And then you'll notice the third string has got a 0 on it. That means that that string is played, but it's played open. You don't put any finger on it. Now the fourth line, the bottommost one, has a 2 on the fourth string, or the fourth line. That completes the F chord. So whenever you see those numbers, that just indicates where you put your fingers. That's all it means. Now the next chord is a G minor 7th, which is a pretty jazz chord. And it's played by barring the first 2 strings at the first fret, and the middle finger's over here on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. There's your G minor 7th. Now, once again, the melody is right up there on the top string. Now, if you get the melody on the top string, that's cool. Sometimes the melody will drop down to the 2nd string. Sometimes it'll drop down to the 3rd string. Okay, so you got to watch that very closely, and there will be a moment here where you'll see that it will depart from that. So the first 2 chords are F, G minor 7th. Now that is beautiful. Okay, so we got E flat, E, F, diminished 7th. So diminished 7ths are so cool on the ukulele. They're jazz chords once again. Okay, now that's a 4-fingered chord. Now most of the time when we are doing strumming ukulele, we get off easy with a C chord, A minor chord, you know, an F chord. But with these minor 7ths, diminished 7ths rather, you got to use all 4 fingers. And what I'm doing there is I'm putting my little pinky up on the 5th fret of the 1st string. I'm putting my ring finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Then tuck my middle finger underneath so it's on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and the index finger's on the 4th fret of the 4th string. There's the F diminished 7th. And then I go back down. Now, when it says an F chord there, well, it is an F chord, but you know, normally we play the F with just these 2 fingers, correct? But if you add the little pinky up on the 1st string 3rd fret, you just added another C of the F chord. Completes it with another 5th of the chord. It's still an F chord, but it happens that that is the melody note. You see, you need to do that. You need to extend your little pinky up to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So those first strokes go F, G minor 7th, then we go up to an F diminished 7th, and then we go down to an F. I left my heart. See how it's starting to create the song? Now, in practicing this, I highly suggest you take little bits at a time. Don't try to eat the whole piece of pizza. Just take a couple of strokes, couple of chords, maybe a measure, and practice it, repeat it over and over and over again till you memorize it. Then you don't have to keep looking at the music and looking at your uke and looking at the music and looking at your uke. You can just look right at the uke and go, I know I've got an F, G minor 7th, go up to an F diminished 7th, and then down on an F down here. Okay, now this next part takes us up the fingerboard, and this is where chord melody instrumental playing is really cool because it liberates us from being stuck down in the first 3 frets, which strumming ukulele songs generally tend to be in the first 3 frets. So now to get those melody notes, there we go. Whoops. Awkward holding it up. I'm trying to hold up for the camera here. So now, okay, now that chord right there, you're barring the 7th fret, and the middle finger is on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. Then tuck the ring finger under here to get the 8th fret. Go down to the 5th fret, and then we go down. I lost my place. I'm in San Francisco. There we go. So then we go to this minor 6 chord. Now this is another jazz chord. You want to get these jazz chords in your vocabulary. Little pinky's on the 5th fret of the 1st string. The middle finger's on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. The ring finger's on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And the index finger, I hope I'm getting these right, is on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Okay, now up to this point, the melody has always been on the 1st string. Here's where it departs. What I did there, I just took the little pinky off. You don't really have to do that, actually, because you're not going to play the 1st string here. You're only playing 3 strings now. And so you got that minor 6th chord, and then go. All I'm doing is I'm playing the 4th string, the 3rd string, and the 2nd string. And that note right there, that's the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. That's the melody note. Now here's where it's really cool. You go high on a, notice what I did? High on a hill. All I did was I took that little chord, that little 3-fingered chord, slide it down a half step, move it back up a half step, and then little pinky's up here, back again on the 1st string, and we end on our home bass, home plate, F chord. So that's the first part of I Left My Heart. What I'd like you to do now is take that and practice that till you memorize it, and then apply this, what you're learning here, to any of the other pieces in this collection or the other 4, because I've got now 5 chord melody ebooks. You can apply these same principles to any of the chord melody playing in any of them. Okay? So there you have it. I Left My Heart in San Francisco. I'm going to be adding more of these tutorials as time goes on. And I would also like to mention that now that October is coming around here, we're getting into fall. It's not too soon to be practicing some holiday songs. I have my Christmas chord melody collection as well. It's all chord melody pieces for the holiday. And I'll be putting some more information out there on YouTube, on my Facebook page, Ukulele Mike Lynch, and on my blog site, allthingsukulele.com. And you'll always get the latest info on those sites, on the blog site and the Facebook. And if you, by the way, this collection, like all my chord melody collections, are $20. They're all $20. And you can purchase them by making a payment through the PayPal donate button on my website. And I'll give you the information here at the end of the video. So as always, I like to say, happy strumming. Hi, Ukulele Mike here. I'm so pleased to announce the release of my brand new chord melody ebook 5, number 5. Now, this has 30 new arrangements in chord melody format, which I've mentioned many times before is by far the easiest way to get into solo instrumental playing. You can play melody and chord simultaneously. No finger picking is involved, so you don't have to worry about which finger plays which string. It's all done with the stroke of the thumb. It's all done very simply by just brushing across the strings. The chord plays itself, the melody rings out on top, and now you've got an instrumental solo on the ukulele. Now, as I say, there's 30 selections in here, and they're all levels of expertise from very beginning through more advanced. We have A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella. We have Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin. Both Sides Now, Joni Mitchell. Dust in the Wind by Kansas. For Baby by John Denver. Sing from Sesame Street. And also from Sesame Street, Kermit the Frog's song, The Rainbow Connection. I Left My Heart in San Francisco by Tony Bennett. We even have the Wagner Bridal March, in case somebody calls upon you to play the ukulele to bring the bride and groom down the aisle. So there's many, many pieces in here of classical, popular, jazz, folk, traditional, country, you name it. The Bach Minuet. We have Bye Bye Blackbird. We have True Love by Cole Porter. The Skyboat Song, an old Irish ballad. We also have the Tennessee Waltz. And how about the theme from Elvira Madigan by Mozart? So there's a wide array of songs in this collection, 30 songs. Now, this is a collection that I printed up for myself and I just bound in a ring binder. It will arrive in your inbox as a PDF file. Now, all 5 of my current chord melody books are $20 each, sold separately. If you are adventuresome and you want to get all 5, the quintet, you can purchase that at a discount price of $90. So there you have it, my brand new eBook 5, chord melody arrangements. And as always, I would like to say, happy strumming.